catcher Matt Trainer. His response was his best game of the year. Another player with a sudden opportunity to shine now is David Murphy. If Murphy's last 2 games are any indication, the club should not miss a beat as Nelson Cruz heals. The pitching matchup looks to be a good one. It's Rich Harden for the Rangers, former Cy Young winner Jake Peavy for the White Sox. Rangers baseball right now on Fox Sports Southwest. A little bit of feel-good for the Rangers again. David Murphy and company take the field tonight with the memories of a 4-2 win fresh in their heads from yesterday. It's a great night for baseball. 80 degrees, sunshine, awesome. The Rangers 9-11. The White Sox are 8-12. We welcome you to Texas Ranger Baseball. Along with Tom Grieve, I'm Josh Lewin. Rich Harden has a chance tonight to do what we really kind of figured Rich Harden would be doing already. He just hadn't done it yet. That's throw a lot of strikes.
Yeah, and when Rich Harden does throw strikes, he's very difficult to hit. He always has been in his career, and even this year, off to a slow start, opponents are only hitting about 260 against him. Unfortunately, he's walked a batter an inning. And I think when Ron Washington says he'd like to see him pound the strike zone and see what happens, what he's saying is, trust your stuff. Throw it over the plate. They don't hit it well anyway. But this season, in 2 of his 4 starts, he's gone less than 4 innings. In 1 of his starts, he's gone less than 5 innings. Ron needs a top-of-the-rotation guy to pitch deeper into a ball game, trust his stuff, and throw strikes.
Yeah, no nibbling. Go get him. The Rangers are ready for another one against the Chicago White Sox team that tends to hit the ball a long way when they do make contact. Matt Trainer made some contact yesterday. His first home run as a Ranger. He is catching Rich Harden tonight. First pitch is coming up next. Texas Ranger Baseball brought to you tonight by the Ford F-150. Check out the 2010 F-150 and drive one. Ford is the best in Texas. By Progressive for a money-saving car insurance quote. Call 1-800-PROGRESSIVE. By Jack in the Box. Choose any three for only $3 plus tax. By Anheuser-Busch Budweiser. Responsibility matters. And by Southwest Airlines. Go to southwest.com, grab your bag. It's on. Glorious night for baseball. We mentioned the temperature got up close to 80 degrees today. We're at 77 officially at game time. Native Canadian Rich Harden sees this as a little bit of heaven. The perfect baseball weather. He'll take on a Chicago White Sox team that, as we mentioned, hits for power, but not for average. Their team batting average is dead last in the majors, just .220. Juan Pierre is supposed to be the catalyst at the top. He's hitting .211. 43-year-old former Ranger Omar Vizquel hitting just .100. Alex Rios, Paul Konerko, Mark Tian, Carlos Quentin is slumping. Mark Kotze is slumping. Brzezinski is slumping. Alexei Ramirez hitting .212. So that's the problem for the White Sox, their inability to get on base and run around. Rich Harden's problem has been donating bases, I guess, here. Tommy's walking a lot of guys. We're scouting him out here courtesy of Suzuki.
Yeah, the walks and the high pitch counts have led to very short outings. As we mentioned in the open, in 2 of his 4 starts, he's pitched less than 4 innings. In 1 of his other starts, it was less than 5 innings. He's averaging 22 pitches an inning. That's the 3rd most among major league starters. Yet, if you look at the last point, a .220 career opponent's batting average, that's the 2nd lowest in the major league since 2003. What that boils down to is, if Rich throws strikes, he'll pitch deeper into the game because the other team doesn't hit him very well. He really does them a favor by throwing so many pitches and exiting the game before the 5th inning.
More of Rich is what the Rangers want to see.
And not to mention the strain it puts on the bullpen. And, you know, Rich is a veteran guy. He's one of the guys that the Rangers are counting on. He needs to pitch deeper into a game so that the bullpen doesn't get exposed like that every time he's pitching.
And not that the Rangers want to take the strikeout out of Harden's arsenal, but they are trying to convince him that, yeah, throwing that changeup and inducing weak contact early in a count will help lead to fewer pitches and indeed go deeper into games. We've seen a good changeup. That fastball, the velocity has just not been there quite yet this year. There's a change drifting in. The count 1-2 to Pierre.
A lot of Rich's changeups look like sliders. They go from right to left.
Pierre knocks one towards center field. Bourbon won't get it. Did a belly flop trying to. And the speedy Juan Pierre is on.
Unfortunately, that ball was slicing toward left field and kept going away from him.
Pierre indeed will look to run. He's got 9 steals already. Hamilton, Bourbon, and Murphy out there. There's the infield, and again, the catcher tonight is Trainer. Real nice job by Matt Trainer yesterday as the Rangers shook things up at the catcher's position, and Matt Trainer, in his first chance to be the guy, be the starter, went out and had his best game of the year. Now, one thing we know about Omar Vizquel, if the White Sox want to use him to bunt, that he can do. A more fundamentally sound player you'd be hard-pressed to find. And you will not find an older position player. He's now 43. Just turned 43. Becomes the first shortstop of that age since 1950. Luke Appling played a year at 43. Harden not exactly pounding the strike zone here to Vizquel, as we talked about. It's 3-0. Gordon Beckham is the full-time second baseman. This is this little cameo appearance for Omar tonight. Pierre goes on 3-0, and Harden's not close. And a quick visit from Trainer out to the mound.
Yeah, he right now he's just not throwing the ball very well. He says he's healthy, but you're right, Josh. The velocity just hasn't been there.
You talked about the bottom line with Harden. It is so tough to make contact against him. Only 67% of the time last year did a big league hitter actually make contact with the baseball when swinging at a Rich Harden pitch. No other starter in baseball could say that. But right now what the White Sox are doing is simply not swinging.
He's trying to throw his changeup because I don't think he can get his, doesn't feel like he can get his fastball over the plate.
There you go. Todd Titchener is the home plate umpire tonight, the young Nebraskan. Alex Rios, this batter for the White Sox, off to a real nice start. He had a miserable last couple of years. Ground ball. Michael Young on the slip and slide. They get the fielder's choice.
He almost turned that. That would have been some kind of double play.
Andrews appeared to be ready to field it as well. Michael Young just basically went and tackled the opportunity to go get it. So one more ground ball, maybe a little harder hit, and the Rangers get out of the inning. Some agility right there as Michael bounces right back up. Now let's see if the White Sox ponder running with Rios. The White Sox have been horrible with runners in scoring position. They indeed might try to just kind of generate something here.
Yeah, we saw Konerko swing the bat really well in last night's game, and he's been their hottest hitter this year. He's hitting right around 290 with 8 home runs. Konerko hits it on the ground. He's a definite candidate to hit into a double play, but he is really swinging the bat well right now. So I'm sure with a man on third base and less than 2 outs, Konerko's the guy that they want up there.
Leading the majors in home runs, but because the White Sox don't get a lot of men on base, he's only got 14 batted in.
Oh, that pretty good pitch. Must have been a little low.
Let's check it out. That looked real good.
Yeah, according to the tracker, it was a strike. I thought Ron Copel did a great job last night of calling strikes.
That one fades away. Konerko is only 1 of 15 lifetime against Harden. And, you know, even though he does have the 8 home runs, you'd think that pounding the zone, trying to ride one in on him, trying to get him to hit the ball on the ground here would work out. Right now, Harden, we've seen him at 88 and 89. And the hope, obviously, is he's just kind of getting warmed up. The Rangers, I'm sure, have seen Rich Harden. Maybe not in their own uniform, but on tape, throwing 94 and more.
Well, it'd be great to see that velocity, but even without the velocity, if he throws the ball where he wants to throw it, he can still win with a fastball at 88 or 89 because his changeup is really good. And I don't think the hitters pick the ball up against him very well either. But he's got to be able to spot the ball on the corners and throw strikes.
There's the ground ball. It skips towards Elvis Andrews. On the bag, firing. Got him. Double play.
That'll work.
He did pound the strike zone there with that last one. And it worked very well. Bad, and they'll do so against the 28-year-old Jake Peavy tonight. Andrews, Young, and Hamilton in the top third of the order for Ron Washington. Vlad Guerrero, a 7-game hitting streak, fast cleanup. Murphy and Smoke, Trainer and Arias. Julio Bourbon batting ninth for the 9 and 11 Rangers. And the winless Jake Peavy, scouting him out courtesy of Suzuki.
Yeah, after 4 starts, the numbers don't look like Jake Peavy numbers. Hasn't won a game yet. His ERA is over 7. Walked 7 in his last game. First time he's ever been winless after 4 starts. Not that far removed from the Cy Young Award that he won in 2007. In his career, 95 and 69 with an ERA of 3.27.
Andrews, right field base hit. He had been 0 for his last 13. That stops right there. Played back in by Carlos Quentin. He's joined by Rios and Pierre. And that outfield for Chicago. Tian, Ramirez, Vizquel, and Kotze in the infield. And A.J. Brzezinski returns tonight as the catcher. We said last year about Omar Vizquel, he looked unbelievable for a 42-year-old, and now we can say he looks even better at 43.
Omar's probably one of those guys you're going to be saying that every year for the rest of his life. He looks great for a 92-year-old. Might not still be playing, though.
Still be dressing like he's hosting a game show on Telemundo, though, off the field.
He might be playing for that slow pitch softball team down in St. Pete, the over 80 team.
No, we grew to really everybody with the Rangers. Grew so fond of Omar in the 1 year he was here. Flashy dresser off the field, solid performer on it. He'll be a manager someday if he wants to be. That one jamming Michael Young. He pops it up. And Ramirez sauntering in. He's got it.
Yeah, Omar said on a number of occasions last year that he does want to be a manager. I think he's just got to figure out what route he wants to take. Will he go to the minor leagues to manage? Does he want to be a big league coach and go that way? I think you're right. I think someday he'll get that opportunity.
He could be a politician. He could be an artist. He can pretty much do whatever he wants. But baseball's in his blood. I think it's going to have something to do with baseball. He can do the other stuff on the side, right?
Sure. Off season, plenty of time to do that stuff.
And Elvis Andrus, who kind of learned at the feet of Omar last year, taking the lead at first.
A lot of big league managers run for office in the off season.
There's a strike to Josh Hamilton. Yes, I remember your older manic bid. A chicken in every pot with hummus. Awfully concerned with Elvis over there. And Andrus does have 5 steals. The Rangers have all their running, it seemed like, in that one series in Boston. They kind of slowed down the running game since then. Hamilton kind of expanding his zone right there. He's behind 0-2. Rangers tried to run in that Tiger series, but the rookie catcher Alex Avila, it was just a shooting gallery with him. Elvis goes. Hamilton takes, and the throw down, no way. Elvis Andrus has stolen base number 6.
A tough pitch for Brzezinski to throw. Looked like a slider down. And that's not the easiest pitch to transfer from your glove to your hand and make a throw. And throws a little bit on the other side of the base. Really no chance to get him. See Elvis looking in, so he knew exactly what was happening. If you can do that while you're stealing bases, it'll help you be a lot more alert as to anything that might happen at the plate.
Outside on a night where the wind appears to be blowing in and maybe a bit towards that third base dugout.
I'm not sure how the ball will be carrying during the game. During batting practice, though, it was carrying. Josh and Vladdy hit balls above the grass in center field during batting practice in their round. You don't see that very often.
Hamilton skies this one, right center field. It takes off. It's going. It is gone. home run.
I'd say it's carrying pretty good when you hit it like that.
Yeah, we have our answer. And as you know about this ballpark sometimes, that wind, with the flags pointing in, the wind just kind of hits where we sit, hits this press box area, and bounces everything right back out.
It's good to see Josh have a good at-bat first time up. He hit the ball hard a couple of times in yesterday's game. A double in the gap, a rope to right field for a single, launched that one right center field. You hit it solid with his strength on a night like this. It's going to carry pretty well. Maybe a little more of the strike zone than Peavy wanted with it.
See that toe tap has returned for Hamilton this year. Vlad Guerrero high in the air to right. And Quentin waits under it. He's got it for out number 2. Yeah, that ball just kept on carrying.
It not only went out, it went out by a good margin, too.
So suddenly 3 home runs for Josh in his last 6 games. He had a stretch going back to last year of 16 games without one. I think maybe people can relax a little bit. They can exhale about the supposed power outage for Josh.
Well, you know, everybody was worried that he was hitting a lot of balls to left field, but I think it was making him eventually a better hitter because he was being patient. He was taking a lot of pitches. He wasn't trying to pull the ball, which meant he wouldn't pull off the off-speed pitches quite as much. You know, and gradually, when he gets more comfortable, as he's been getting more comfortable, you're starting to see the ball go to right field on pitches that he should hit it to right field on.
That was only his 3rd actual hit to right field this year. He's been robbed a few times on some line drives that way.
He pulled the ball in last night's game against Mark Burley, ripped it between first and second into right field. And technically, I guess, I don't know how they'll grade that last ball. Will that count as right field or center field?
Right center field. How's that?
Right center field. I don't know if it's straight away right field. It's a little more towards center field, but it's the right side of second base for sure. When they go 430 feet, though, it really doesn't matter what field they go to.
David Murphy draws a walk. Jake Peavy, last time out, a career worst 7 walks against Tampa Bay.
They gave up some pretty good prospects, 4 of them, to get Peavy, and he was making a lot of money. So they're counting on Peavy being a #1 starter for him.
Yeah, it was a pretty bold move. They brought him over to be a factor in the pennant race last year. He just didn't get healthy in time to help out. They brought him over knowing he was
hurt.
Yeah, he was, I mean, damaged goods at the time, but knowing also he was just 2 years removed from winning the National League Cy Young. And really, I mean, with Peavy and Harden both, you're talking about guys with bona fide ace credentials. They've been talked about by other teams as being the ace of the staff, and here they are in 2010 kind of struggling out of the chute.
Yeah, neither one of them has pitched that way yet, but there's a long way to go.
Justin Smoke lays off. He had a sac fly RBI yesterday, and now the Rangers finally have a second run batted in from the first base position. 20 games into the season, they had had 1 RBI from first base. That's traditionally a run-producing position. On the inner half for a strike. 20 pitches in this inning for Peavy.
The White Sox have one of the best bullpens in the league. Just about everybody in their bullpen's throwing the ball well. Normally you say get the starter out there and get to the bullpen. This may be an example where you might not be too thrilled to get to the White Sox bullpen the way they've been pitching this year.
Yep, they got the lowest opponent's batting average in the league. The Chicago bullpen. They got some power arms. Well, it was a trade regarding Jake Peavy that, you know, I think the remarkable thing about it, Tag, is that no one saw it coming. And it's tough in the internet, blogging, tweeting age to keep a potential trade from the rumor mongers. But give Kenny Williams credit. Everybody thought that trade talk had died down for months, and all of a sudden they actually made the trade.
And I think the thing that surprised people was that Peavy was not 100% healthy at the time, and White Sox pulled the trigger on it anyway.
There's that last one to make it 3-2.
Well, if that's a strike, that's fine. But Rangers threw one there earlier in the game and didn't get it called.
Justin Smoak draws another walk. We heard all about that fantastic eye, his patience at the plate. He's walked in 5 of 6 games as a Ranger so far. And yeah, pack a lunch tonight. These are a couple pitchers that tend to walk guys. And normally this would be Don Cooper coming out to talk to the starting pitcher. But Don Cooper is back in Nashville attending to some personal business this week. Juan Nieves is the bullpen coach, and he's been promoted for this series to pitching coach. Now with Matt Trainer coming up, we'll take you back to yesterday. The Coors Light cold, hard blast wearing that Ranger red. That's not really a home run trot right there. That's like a home run gallop.
Well, Peavy in his career has walked less than 3 batters per 9 innings, so walks have never been a problem for him. He's just not himself 5 games into the season yet. His command hasn't been there. His velocity is really not there tonight. But based on his track record, you have to give him the opportunity. And you have to feel like as time goes on, he'll eventually pitch himself back into that caliber. He was a 15th round draft choice back in 1999 out of high school in Alabama. Sliders aren't strikes.
No. Peavy describes himself as a fun-loving, good old country boy from down in Alabama. He's best friends with NFL quarterback Phillip Rivers. The two of them are displaced Alabama natives out in Southern California, now Chicago.
He's a definite strikeout pitcher. He struck out 10 in a game, at least 10 in a game, 30 different times. He doesn't look like that pitcher right now.
You got a couple of 16s in there, right?
Yeah, he's really struggling tonight.
I'll see if the Rangers can pounce on him. Well, the pouncing is good. Trainer takes a walk, and they've already exhausted the visit from the acting pitching coach. 3 straight walks. There's been a single and a home run and a steal in the inning. And now Joaquin Arias will come up. The starting pitching, which was supposed to be a strength and usually is a strength for the White Sox, just been really disappointing for them.
Well, if the starters that they've got start throwing the ball the way they're capable of to go with their bullpen, their pitching staff is going to be really good.
And under Ozzie Guillen, the White Sox, boy, every year, Tag, they set a rotation in March, and like no other team, they just stick with it all year, the best that they can. Every year, it seems like same 5 guys all year long. And you're right, the guys that they have on paper, it looks like a really good rotation. Just not happening right now.
And one guy that's throwing the ball great right now is John Danks. He's 3-0. His ERA is 1.55. But Burley has been struggling after a real good opening game start. Gavin Floyd's ERA is over 8. Freddie Garcia's is almost 6. Peavy's is over 7. So, yeah, it's been a struggle for everyone in their rotation except John Danks.
Arias checks his swing. We're going to see a 33rd pitch of this first inning from Peavy. Arias to right field, base hit. And a run has scored. Quentin is up and firing home. It's cut off. 2 runs are in.
That's exactly what you love to see. For the offense to click, you got to get those 2-out hits and take advantage of 3 straight walks. Granted, they came with nobody on and 2 outs, but you hate to waste a guy like Peavy's struggles and not get anything out of it. They've already had 2, but boy, you like to add to it. Right down the middle of the plate, he's trying to throw it on the outside corner. Arias was behind 0-2, and a big 2-out hit adds 2 more runs for the Rangers.
As Ian Kinsler gets closer to returning, these guys who have been the second baseman have kind of standing up this last week or so. Talking about Blanco and Arias both. Arias leading all American League rookies. He's now hitting .350.
That's kind of how he's been doing it, just making contact, trying to hit a line drive back through the middle.
And now Bourbon is going to shoot one into center field. It's dropping quickly, base hit. Here comes another Ranger run. It's 5-0. In all due respect, this does not look like a Cy Young Award winner right about now.
Well, it's not the same guy. You know, he was not all the way back from his injury last year.
The Rangers have batted around, and here's Andrews, the 10th man to bat in the inning. He started all this with a single. Now, the Rangers really have not had a lot of big explosions offensively this year at all. They've scored more than 6 runs in a game only twice. They are on their way tonight. We're looking at the Ford leaderboard right now. The Rangers, over the last 10 days, their batting average with runners in scoring position, .311. About 100 points better than what happened the first 11 games of the year. Well, this could well be a 40-pitch first inning for Peavy.
Yeah, they've got someone warming up in the bullpen.
Tony Pena.
Well, it will be a 40-pitch inning now.
Well, as fun a night as yesterday was, the Rangers have already scored more than they did in that game. They won yesterday 4-2. C.J. Wilson was the story yesterday. One of the top 5 ERAs in the league still. 1.75 after 6 quality innings yesterday. Finally, Andrews down on strikes. There's that slider. But the Rangers hit up Peavy for 5. And a great start here at the ballpark tonight. Let's check out the crowd through the first inning fan cam and see who's enjoying the game at a cold Budweiser. Budweiser, it's what we do. As the late Harry Carey used to say, you can't beat fun at the old ballpark. And the crowd settles in. They're enjoying this one early. It's 5-0. We're going to bring in Jim Knox as we go to this second inning here at the ballpark.
All right, thank you very much, Josh. Community Corner tonight, we have Mike Benny from Big Brothers Big Sisters, a great organization in the Dallas-Fort Worth area, and you have some news, Mike.
I do have some news, actually some good news and some bad news. Last year, we served over 9,000 at-risk youth in North Texas. That's obviously the good news. The bad news is we still have more than 3,000 on the waiting list. So as a donor-supported nonprofit, we need two things. Obviously donations, and even more important, we need volunteers, what we call our bigs. And you don't have to be a single guy or single girl. We have big couples. We have big families. We would just incorporate a youth into what you already do. And we would love to have you join us. A bunch of our Sports Buddies group is here tonight, where you get free tickets to the Rangers and other games, minor league games, college games, all the pro teams. So that's our Sports Buddies program. And you can learn more about everything about us, whether it's being a mentor or donating at bbbstx.org. Or the phone number is 888-887-BIGS.
There you go. You got the information on the screen. Mike, keep up the great work.
Thanks.
Nice seeing you. Appreciate it, Josh.
All right, Jim, Mike, thank you very much. Rich Harden deals to Tian, who's going to loft one in the air to left. With a 5-0 lead, you know what we were talking about before the game, pounding that strike zone. It seems to make the most sense right now. It's a Chicago team that's now hitting .219 as a collective. And Harden's pitching with a 5-run advantage right now.
And as we've said, Rich does not have trouble inside the strike zone. When he throws strikes, the other team has a hard time hitting. The way he gets himself in trouble is not throwing enough strikes. When he throws it over the plate, he has good results.
Carlos Quentin among the slumping Sox. He is 2 for 36. Now Harden pours one in. After Quentin, you've got Mark Kotze. He's in a slump. A.J. Przinsky big time as well, 1 for 26. So though Quentin, Kotze, and Przinsky are accomplished hitters, they're not doing much these days. And with the stuff that Harden's got, again, that's where you want to see him just go after these guys. But he misses. And that's 2 walks now. Peavy walked 3 in the bottom of that first inning and gave up the homer to Hamilton.
Well, Rich was in trouble in the first inning, single and a walk, but got a couple of ground balls, including one by Konerko that was turned into a double play.
A couple of former Oakland A's here. Harden and Kotze were teammates with the Athletics. Kotze's been a bit well-traveled now. Former first-round pick out of Cal State Fullerton. Lofting that one into center field. It travels pretty well. Bourbon going back to the track to get it. Bourbon, who had the 2-out RBI single last inning. Now Harden will stare down A.J. Przinsky.
If he gets Przinsky early in the count, even with 2 walks, he could have a pretty good first 2 innings of only 30 pitches. Right around 30 pitches, and that would be a plus.
Yeah, you wouldn't think there would be 2 walks in the mix if that was the case.
Double play helped, of course. That looked more like a slider than his changeup.
Soft slider, right? I mean, it used to be called those when they would go in there at like 78, 79 miles an hour.
Yeah, and with him it's hard to tell because, as we said, his changeup does look like a slider sometimes. That could have been a changeup. It's tough to say. I guess the safest thing is to call every one of them a changeup, and you'll be right more often than not.
Off speed is a good.
Off speed is even better. That way you don't even distinguish.
Not fastball. Man, 3-0 to Przinsky, who is 1 for his last 26 and 0 for his last 14. Przinsky durable as always. He's never been on the DL. 14 years in the business now. And nothing if not consistent. The last 6 years, Tom, he has slugged in between 403 and 435 every year. So you can just kind of bank it, just kind of count on him to be right around the same level every season. Meaning he is bound to come out of this slow start here in 2010. Runner will get going from first. The 3-2 pitch is way outside. Well, again, and it's not like Rich is out there trying to miss here, but he has walked guys who have gone 2 for their last 36 and 1 for their last 26. Now he's about to face a guy who hasn't walked all year. Alexei Ramirez has been up 60 times. He's the only American leaguer who's an everyday player who hadn't walked yet. So, say Ranger fans, Rich Man, don't do the undoable. Ramirez did walk a little bit last year, 49 times. Only 18 his first year in the league. Mike Maddox is on a dead sprint out of the dugout now.
I don't, Rich says he's not hurt, and so I'm going to go along with what he says. But if he's not hurt, then he's definitely out of whack, because that just doesn't look like Rich Harden right now.
No, and 86s and 87s and up in the zone like that. I mean, throwing neck high to guys who don't walk. And handed this 5-0 lead. So we'll see if he can square it up here. Six of the first 18 hitters in this game combined have walked.
The 3 2-out walks that Peavy had all scored.
There you go.
There it is. If he throws it over the plate, they have a hard time hitting it. It's as simple as that.
It's so simple.
We've seen that in the first 2 innings.
5-0 Rangers. Bottom of the second coming up. Rangers ahead 5-0 already, and here is Michael Young against Jake Peavy, and there goes Michael Young down the right field line and foul. 10 men batted for the Rangers in that 5-run first inning. And kind of as advertised tonight, the two league leaders in walks allowed. They have walked a bunch. Harden's walked 3, Peavy's walked 3.
Yeah, the good thing is Rich has been tougher to hit. Even though he's had a couple of men on in both innings, he's been able to pitch around it. Peavy wasn't quite so lucky. He walked 3 straight guys, and then Arias and Bourbon both singled him in.
What a great at bat by Arias, huh?
Yeah, very nice. Behind no balls and 2 strikes.
Got him. There's that slider. Hamilton comes up next, and folks, a variety of ticket specials make your trip to the ballpark affordable. Choose some great deals that include concessions, parking, and more. Maximize your value with the biggest ticket-only savings by going to TexasRangers.com. Nice crowd tonight for a $1 hot dog night. And they've seen Josh Hamilton homer already. This time he breaks his bat. Rolls out to Vizquel. Well, again, the Rangers a 4-2 winner yesterday, and we should get back to talking about C.J. Wilson for just a moment, Tommy. Had a stretch, stopped in that game of 26 innings in a row without allowing a run at this ballpark going back to last year. That is a record. Nobody had ever done that in this ballpark, go 26 innings without allowing a run.
Well, the way CJ's pitching right now, he's equipped to pitch in any ballpark, no matter how the ball carries, no matter how short the walls are, because he's throwing balls that are low, that sink, and he's getting a lot of ground balls. They're not hitting many balls in the air against him.
That ball hit in the air by Vlad Guerrero. It jumps to the track near the wall, and Quentin finds it to end the inning. Strikeout, ground out, fly out. 5-0 Rangers into 2. Geico, where 15 minutes can save you 15% on car insurance. By AT&T. See what's new from AT&T. Go to att.com for details. And by Whataburger, just like you like it. Top of the order for Chicago. Here is Juan Pierre, the speedster for the Sox. He and Andrew Jones were signed to huge contracts, and both lost playing time the last couple of years to guys making pennies on their dollars. They both end up now with the White Sox. Harden hits Pierre, and control again is the issue for Rich Harden. Got him right in the knee. And now Mr. Vizquel. Another veteran brought in by the White Sox this offseason. 11-time Gold Glover, probable Hall of Famer. One of the best shortstops in the history of the game, but now for the second year in a row, he signed up to be a utility player, not a starting shortstop. These White Sox have lost 5 straight on the road. Again, the Rangers got them 4-2 yesterday. Not only did C.J. Wilson get that victory, but finally tagged Frankie Francisco first save of the year.
Yeah, it was good to see Frankie come in and have a nice quick inning like that. Good for Frankie, good for the team. Love the way C.J. battled the last couple of innings, even though he threw a lot of pitches, had some men on base, he battled through it.
Omar knocks that one back out of play.
Hey, look around baseball in yesterday's games, and I won't pick the exact games, but there were probably 4, maybe 2 or 3 really good pitchers who threw 117, 118 pitches in 5 2/3, 6 innings. CJ got through 6 innings, and even though he threw a lot of pitches in the last 2 innings, he still ran around 104 pitches. It was not bad. The guy who's throwing a lot of pitches this year is Justin Verlander.
Yeah. He got out-dueled yesterday by Francisco Liriano. Tonight, the Twins lead the Tigers 6-5 in the 5th. Another home run for Brandon Inge of Detroit. Jim Thome has hit number 4 for Minnesota. What a nice little pickup he's looking like. Pierre is going. Matt Trainer is throwing. The tag! They got him!
Thank you very much.
Down 5-0. Juan Pierre takes off, and he's out by a good bit.
No, nothing wrong with being aggressive on the bases. He's down 5-0. But boy, the Rangers are really happy to get an out on the bases right there after a leadoff hit by pitch. Got him in the leg, but he got him in the leg before the hand hit the bag.
And now Omar down on strikes.
Good turn of events right there. Good 2 outs within a couple of pitches. That's from Matt's throw and the good tag. Now he comes back with Omar and throws a fastball pretty much right down the middle of the plate for strike 3. It really looks like even with Rich not throwing as hard as he's accustomed to, that the hitters still have a hard time picking his fastball up, no matter what the velocity is. And that pitch was nothing fancy. It was a fastball right down the middle of the plate. Omar took it.
There's a 90, and he just popped in there to Rios, but too high. And a ground ball near short. Scooped by Elvis Andrus, and Rich Harden settles down, leading 5-0, going to the bottom of the 3rd. Underway in the bottom of the third. David Murphy takes a strike on the outside edge. He'll be followed by Justin Smoke and Matt Trainer here with the Rangers on top by 5. Texas trying to get to 10 and 11. And there's still the possibility, Tag, of a winning month of April. The Rangers have 3 games left, including tonight. 2 of them at home, then 1 in Seattle. We've gotten so used to those 10 and 15 Aprils around here. And I would say that 12 and 11 by comparison would be pretty good. Murphy takes and down he goes.
Well, if those were strikes, they were quality strikes. Sliders and then a fastball right in the outside corner.
Folks, you can still purchase 2010 mini plans, making it easy to choose a plan that's right for you based on schedule, benefits, and price. 14 great matchups, including a couple against the Cubs in the 4th of July game. More information available by going to TexasRangers.com.
And Peavy's command seems to have shown up after Bourbone's single. He struck out 3, retired 5 straight. And he's doing a pretty good job in this inning of painting that outside corner. Throwing sinkers there and sliders there.
Peavy had a 41-pitch first inning, then an 8-pitch second inning.
Yeah, Rich's last 2 innings have really helped his pitch count. He's under 50 pitches for 3 innings.
Peavy and Przinsky can't get together here on what they want to throw 0-2. Ooh, close. Fastball missing. Not really sure where it missed. The smoke is still up there. Now got him with the heat.
Boy, it's a whole different Peavy the second time around. First time through the lineup was a major struggle. Second time through the lineup's a whole different ball game.
Going to face Matt Trainer now, and he provides our Geico quote of the day. Grinding out at bats. The main focus for any catcher, I think that's exactly right, is to get pitchers through their ball games.
Yeah, that sounds like it came right out of Ron Washington's mouth.
Mm-hmm. There have been a lot of good catchers that go on to be managers or broadcasters, and they always articulate the same thing, that job number 1 has to be how you're getting that guy out there on the bump through the night. A little lob shot into shallow right, but that's Omar Vizquel. Got 11 gold gloves. No problem for him to make that play. The Rangers down in order, but leading 5-0. first. They lead 5-0. That against Jake Peavy, the one-time Cy Young Award winner. Our AT&T trivia question. There's only been one season where the Cy Young Award winners from both leagues were unanimous selections. Can you name the year and the pitchers? Answer coming up in the bottom of inning 4. You know what's amazing to me anyway, and I say this with great affection for the guy I'm about to throw under the wheels of the bus here, but talking about Cy Young winners, got one here tonight, and, you know, at first people are going to go, sure, you're going to show Nolan Ryan next. No, Nolan never won one. But the guy sitting in the booth to our left, Steve Stone, broadcaster for the Chicago White Sox, won his with the Orioles in 1980. And Stoney tells the story on himself that, you know, he couldn't wait to get that award shipped to him, and, you know, he waited and waited for the trucks to show up with it, and like, you know, Navin Johnson, the new phone books are here, Here, you know, here comes a guy with he got Steve Carlton's instead of Steve Stone's. They sent lefty Steve Stone's award, and they sent Steve Carlton to Steve Stone. So they did reverse them eventually, but inside, did it hit Paul Konerko? It did. It's the second time that Rich Harden has hit a Chicago White Sox.
Yeah, he led off the third inning with a hit by pitch. There's a pretty good bet there that Konerko's not going to get thrown out stealing like Pierre did.
No. What's the old line about? I'll give you the steal sign, and it's when I jump up and I don't come down. That's when you have the steal sign. Konerko's actually worked pretty hard to become a better base runner, but he's not going to be stealing down by 5.
Well, he's a veteran guy. I'm sure he's a good base runner. He just hasn't been blessed with speed. Boy, look at this.
That's a blessing. You know, every time tonight you're ready to just kind of gnash your teeth and roll your eyes regarding Rich Harden. You know, come on. Leadoff hit batsman, really? Walk 2 guys when you're up 5-0, really? Then 2 pitches later, he's getting a double play. He's striking somebody out. It's working out fine. He's got a 1-hit shutout right now.
He's made a lot of good pitches to get those ground balls. Nice help from Matt Trainer to throw out a runner stealing.
Yeah.
And 2 double plays and a thrown out stealing really helped his pitch count. He's got a very manageable pitch count right now. 52 pitches in the 4th inning.
Quentin goes out and attacks that one, drives it into center field. Back is Bourbon. Nice quick inning for Rich Harden. And the Rangers on top by 5. AT trivia question. The season where the Cy Young Award winners were unanimous. Name the year, name the pitchers. Bob Gibson and Denny McClain in 1968, when pitchers were really pitchers. And if you'll indulge me, Tag, I'm going to give you a little audio essay on 1968 here. I know you remember it because you were coming up and playing some ball yourself at that point. Arias is out to begin this bottom of the fourth inning. The Major League batting average in 1968, obviously this is before the DH, but the overall big league batting average was 237. The Yankees that year, hit 214. There was one 300 hitter in the entire American League. That was Carl Yastrzemski. He hit 301. And, yeah, Denny McLain had the 31 wins. Gibson had that ridiculous 1.12 ERA. The overall National League ERA and the overall American League ERA were both under 3.
Wow. It's been some quick games.
No kidding. Bourbon sails one into right center field. That ball jumps, but is caught up to by Rios. That was the year, 1968, that saw a 24-inning 1-0 game. That was the Mets in Houston. That was the year that Don Drysdale had his 59-inning scoreless streak. And Bob Gibson had a 48 that summer, finally allowed a run on a wild pitch. The All-Star game that year featured 1 run on 8 hits. A 1-0 All-Star game, and the run was scored when Willie McCovey hit into a double play. So, very different times in Major League Baseball in 1968.
Wasn't that the year they lowered the mound going into the next season? That's how much they were concerned about it.
Well, the top hitting team in the American League that year, Tag, was Oakland at 240.
Wow.
As the Rangers shortstop bats here, Elvis Andrus. The last thing I'll say about it is the World Series champ that year, the Tigers. Their shortstops were Ray Euler. He hit 135. Dick Tracewski hit 156. And Tommy Matchik was the best they had at 203. And they won the World Series.
Wow.
So, anyway, just, I mean.
Like having 2 pitchers sitting in your lineup that year.
Your third baseman was Don Wirt. He barely hit 200. There's a strike.
Well, Peavy's retired 9 straight with 4 strikeouts since the first time through the lineup when he gave up 4 hits and 3 walks and 5 runs. This is kind of the same dramatic turnaround that Kobe Lewis had the other day.
The strike zone brought to you by Jexa Energy, by the way. Yeah, 41 pitches in the first inning, and 27 since then. On the ground, past the mound, scooped up at short. Ramirez gets rid of it, and Elvis is out. And suddenly that's 10 straight set down by Jake Peavy. The 5 in the first standing up. All Rangers tonight.
We head to the 5th inning. Texas all over the Chicago White Sox 5-0. And Josh and Tom, it is senior day for Grandview High School. How many on hand?
50!
50 50. Okay, you guys having a good time?
Yes, sir.
All right, let's see who's louder. You guys start here. You got half here, half there. Let's do it.
Well,
Go Rangers! Go Rangers! Go Rangers! Go Rangers! Go Rangers! Go Rangers! All right, I think it's about a tie. Enjoy the rest of the game. Thanks, guys.
Thank you, Brick. Loud noises.
Were they having fun?
I think they were having fun. I got that general sense. A very good time being had. Mark Kotze is going to rip one into right center. And it hangs up there. Rich Harden is going to get that first out of the inning. Rich Harden's working on a one-hit shutout right now. It feels a little more wobbly than a one-hit shutout because of the preponderance of walks and hit batsmen, but all you got to do is look at the scoreboard. It looks like it's going great.
I think Rich is doing what Ron Washington said before the game. He'd like to see him pound the strike zone and see what happens. And when Rich has pounded the strike zone tonight, good things have happened. He's had a couple of double plays. He's only given up one soft single to left field. Control's gotten away from him a couple of times, but for the most part, he's gotten right back on track, thrown strikes. The White Sox are having a hard time hitting the ball hard against him.
Yeah, the only hit they've got, it was at the very first man who batted in the game. Well, until now. Sorry. Brzezinski sends one into right field. Yep, they had gone from pitch number 4 in the game to pitch number 57 without a base hit. A.J. Brzezinski always sociable over there. Made the first base umpire Ed Rappiano laugh. Here's Alexei Ramirez. The man Hawk Harrelson nicknamed the Cuban Missile.
Hawk's right up here with Mark Holtz as far as giving nicknames that stick.
No, the Big Hurt.
The Big Hurt out there. Pretty good.
Lance Johnson was the One Dog. And on and on. Of course, Hawk is a nickname, too. He's really Ken Harrelson. Everybody knows him as Hawk. Did you make a trade with Hawk?
We did. We traded Dave Schmidt and Wayne Tollison, and maybe one other player, for Jose Mota, maybe Scott Fletcher, and Edwin Correa.
Wow.
Correa was the big guy we wanted in that trade, and if Edwin Correa didn't get hurt, he would have won 200 games in the big leagues without even trying. He was one of the best young pitchers in the league back then. He was just turned 20, I think, when he won, I'm not sure, 12 or 13 games, shut out the Yankees, won 9-0 at Yankee Stadium one day. Had a tremendous changeup, good fastball. Unfortunately, he got hurt shortly after that.
Outside to Ramirez, who has not drawn a walk all year, as we mentioned last time up. He's taken it right to the brink. Now he has walked. 4 walks and 2 hit batsmen. We bring in Mark McLemore to our broadcast booth as Mike Maddox will stroll on out there to the mound. The late arriving Mark McLemore, but better late than never. You got here just in time to see a bird fly across and a ball missed down in the zone. See that bird go right by?
Wow, that's pretty good.
Our camera people don't miss a trick.
That bird wouldn't have got by if Randy Johnson was pitching.
That bird had no chance. Not with Randy on the mound.
For those that don't know the story, in spring training a few years ago, Randy Johnson he didn't mean to. Just wound and fired, and bird flies in the path of the baseball. And
that poor bird had to be wondering, what in the world was that?
It was not pretty. Well, he didn't wonder that for very long.
Yeah, we're not laughing at the bird, just kind of with the dearly departed bird. Johnson didn't mean to do it. It just, well, it's a 1,000,000-to-1 shot, Doc.
Bird got in the way.
Here's Juan Pierre. He takes the strike. So, Mac, your impressions about a weird ball game tonight. I mean, Jake Peavy, first of all, a 41-pitch first inning, and he's been lights out since then.
Well, I'll tell you what, he just has to get his feet under him. Jake has been a dominant pitcher in the National League for years, and he's still trying to make some adjustments to the American League. And then also, he had an ankle injury last year, so that could be playing a big part as well. But I mean, this guy is showing right now why he's one of the best pitchers in the game.
Two on, one out for Juan Pierre, who's been on base twice tonight. All right, so for Rich Harden, another guy who's been counted among those who's got some of the best stuff around. And, say what you will, there's been a lot of base runners, but I look at the scoreboard, it says 5-0 in his favor.
And that's what's important. 5-0, he's given up 2 hits, a couple of hit batters, a couple of walks, but all in all, he's going out there, and he is attacking the strike zone, and he's pitching to contact tonight, not trying to nibble too much, but just going after him and saying, here, hit this pitch, but he's also trying to hit his location as well. So he's doing a very good job tonight, better than his previous 3 outings.
Yeah, he came into the game, Mac, with 20 strikeouts in 17 innings, and in this ball game he's only struck out 1, but the results are good. His pitch count's down, so seems to have gotten the message from Ron Washington tonight.
Well, Jack, I like that. What people get confused about is they want guys to be strikeout pitchers, but on that board it says outs. It doesn't say strikeouts, it just says outs. So it doesn't matter how you get them out, just get them out.
Ripped towards second base. Arias turns it. Juan Pierre is out at first. It's a double play again.
Third one of the night.
Matt, can you stick around for a little while?
I am sticking around.
Beautiful. Juan Pierre sometimes hits in 2 double plays in 4 months. He's in a 2 in this series. Rangers by 5. Texas Ranger Baseball brought to you by the U.S. Army. There's strong, then there's Army strong. And by your Texas Chevy dealers, proud sponsor of Texas Baseball. What a beautiful night for baseball. And it's $1 hot dog night tonight. Eat 5 of those things for $5. And the Rangers lead by 5 with Michael Young batting. Chatting with Mark McLemore still. Kind of him to join us again, and you'll hear from him on Rangers Live when this one is over. Mac, yesterday a big day for the Rangers as they kind of turned the roster over considerably. Nelson Cruz had to go on the DL. You never like to see your leading RBI guy on the shelf. But I guess more pointedly, the Rangers, what they did with the catching situation. No more Salkalamakia for now, no more Teagarden for now, and I'm interested in getting your thoughts.
Well, sometimes, when the team's not going as well as you expect them to, you've got to make some changes. There wasn't a whole lot of production at first base, so Chris Davis was the first one to go down.
There's a slider to get Michael Young.
And then, there wasn't a whole lot of production from the catching spot as well. So Taylor Teagarden was having a tough time making contact. So they had to make some moves. With Ian Kinsler being on the DL all year long, there's a big run-producing bat out of the lineup. And then Nelly going on the DL. You've got two of your big bats out of the lineup. You've got to do something. You've got to find some way to create some offense somewhere. So sometimes you have to make some moves with the roster.
Mac, as a player, do the players understand roster moves, or do they realize what's going on? Is it a disruptive thing to a ball club, or is it accepted as just part of the way a season's going to go?
I think with a younger ball club, it can be disruptive because they're not used to it and they don't fully understand. But with this ball club, they've got enough veterans that are here that really understand, and they just go about their business, their day-to-day routine, get it done. Okay, well, this guy is going out. We've got somebody coming in. Hopefully this guy can help this ball club win. So it's always better when you've got a veteran ball club.
Outside to Josh Hamilton.
How about when you were a younger player? I know you try not to do this, but did you ever look behind you to see who was in the minor leagues, wondering how well you had to play to stay in the big leagues as a young player?
I'll tell you what, I was always looking behind me, in front of me, to the side of me. I just wanted to
make
be
sure
there.
No one was gaining.
Exactly, something. So, yeah, you do see guys that are back there. But I think, obviously the best approach is not worry about what's behind you. Just go out and take care of what you can do.
Right.
Because that's really all that you can control. But, some young players do.
Sounds great in theory, but, that's just got to be so tough. If you got reporters asking you about it, if you're picking up the paper, so-and-so hitting 420 in minors, bound for promotion. You're thinking, wait a minute, that's my position.
Well, one of the things that I was taught when I first got to the big leagues was don't pick up the paper. George Hendrick was our right fielder and designated hitter, and he told me, he said, hey, he came and grabbed the paper from me one day. I was looking at it. He said, hey, do you know what you did last night in the game? And I said, yeah. He said, well, what do you need this for? He said, so don't look at it. You know what you did. Just go out there and do what you do every day. So if you start doing that, it can affect you when you're out there on the field. So the best thing to do is to not worry about what anybody's asking you, what anybody's doing, but go out there and concentrate on your job.
Peavy's retired 12 straight with 6 strikeouts since the 5 the first time through the lineup. What a turnaround.
Brzezinski out to talk to Peavy. Got a text question for you, Mac. Comes in from 5533. Have you ever thought about being a coach or a manager?
Actually, I have. When I retired, my kids were at a pretty young age, and I said I wanted to be at home and spend some time with them. And, when they got to high school and were getting ready to get out and go to college, I said I'd revisit that. So my daughter's about to go off to college, unfortunately, for me. So, yeah, that's something that I've really been thinking about lately.
Do you have a P.O. box? Where do people get in touch with you?
Right here.
Oh, okay.
I'll be here.
All right. 1-1 to Vlad Guerrero is down and in. Well, and there's a lot of your contemporaries, a lot of guys that you're tight with that you've played with that you've seen now at single A, double A, triple A, even the major leagues.
Right.
Coaching and managing.
Right. Absolutely. Ozzie Smith, Ozzie Guillen's one of them. Ron Washington, another. Bobby Guerin in Oakland. So there are a lot of guys that I played with and against that are running ball clubs now.
In the Rangers minor league system, the Rangers have Steve Buechele managing, Billy Hasselman managing, so there's a couple of other guys you played with and against.
They're all around. I can't escape them.
Well, then maybe you just better join them, Matt. We'll be your agents.
All right.
If you have a question for the analyst tonight, played by Mark McLemore, 57538 is where you text your question. The keyword is Rangers TV. Another foul from Vlad.
If you did get into managing, Matt, who would be some of the managers that you had that you'd draw from as far as experience goes?
Oh, without a doubt, Johnny Oates, Lou Piniella, Joe Torre, watching Joe from the other side, Dusty Baker, Tony La Russa, Bobby Cox. all of those guys, how they handle different situations, how they handle a ball game, their in-game preparation, their pre-game preparation, their post-game, all of those different things. One of the things that I did as a player, I watched everybody. I watched managers, I watched coaches, I watched players, and when I was around general managers, I watched them. So I tried to be a real student of the game and learn as much as I possibly could. So I'm fortunate enough to be able to say that I learned from some of the best.
Nice 8-pitch at bat right there for Vlad Guerrero. He ends up drawing the walk. Now Murphy, first pitch swinging, hoisting it to left. Juan Pierre, who misplayed one out there yesterday, has this one to end the inning and our time with Mark McLemore. Thank you, future skipper.
You got it. Anytime, buddy. All right, baby.
All right.
Thanks, Mac.
You got it, baby.
5-0 Rangers, our score. That's brought to you by Southwest Airlines. The Rangers jumping on the Sox for 5 in the first. Rich Harden kind of in and out of trouble with all the walks and hit batsmen tonight, but it's a 2-hitter right now. A couple of double plays, actually 3 of them that he's induced tonight. And it's 5-0 with Vizquel leading off in the 6th. Check some scores as we go along as well. Update you on the Tigers and the Twins. Minnesota leading 6-5 in the 6th inning at Comerica Park tonight. The Yankees all over the Orioles 8-3 in the 8th. And Robinson Cano, who's leading the league in hitting, has also hit his 6th home run. Boy, Cano has settled nicely into that spot vacated by Matsui, huh? Number 5 in the order behind A-Rod.
Yeah, he's developed into a run producer. Early in his career, he's more of a bottom of the order guy. Now he's a middle of the order guy.
Come on back, Omar. 3-2. That number 11 for the White Sox had been retired for Louis Aparicio, but as a tip of the hat to one of his heroes, Vizquel sought permission and got it to wear 11 this year.
I'm sure Omar's very friendly with Aparicio. Aparicio's an icon in Venezuela. He's a great player. He's managed in Venezuela, been involved in the Venezuelan Winter League. And I'm sure Louis was appreciative that Omar wanted to wear his uniform.
Alex Rios to the plate. Now, he's hit the ball on the ground a couple times already here, Tag. Let's see if he can do it again.
Oh, one thing, you know, in a lot of Rich's starts this year, in fact, all 4 of them, a lot of swings and misses, not many balls put in play, which resulted in a huge pitch count. Tonight, it's only been 1 strikeout through 5 innings, but a lot more balls put in play. The result has been 3 double plays.
Ooh, almost 4, but it found a hole in between a second and short. And again, the White Sox will threaten. Action begins in the Ranger pen as Harden gets near 80 pitches for the night.
Good pitch right there. If he swung at it, that might have been an underground ball. Either a changeup or a slider. Right in the outside corner. Good pitch.
Facing Konerko, who's already hit into a double play and then was hit by a pitch in the fourth. Good to see Rich ahead here. 0-2 with Tian on deck and Chris Ray getting up. Down goes Konerko. That did not take long to happen either.
And there's a swing and a miss when you don't mind a swing and a miss with a couple of men on in a key situation. Konerko saw 3 tough pitches, 2 of them down and away. That one was supposed to be high and out of the strike zone. Instead, he dropped it a couple inches outside and got Konerko to swing at it.
Only 2 strikeouts for Harden tonight. C.J. Wilson had only 2 last night, and he did just fine. That's down too low to Tian, former Kansas City Royal. Boy, it seems like he had at least a couple of 4-hit games every year against the Rangers when he was in Kansas City. 91 now from Rich Harden. And he hit the spot where he was trying to throw it, too.
Yeah, I think that's the most important thing. He made the pitch he wanted to make right in the outside corner.
Slowly hit, backhanded by Elvis Andrus, going to second base. And a beautiful play.
Yeah, good pitch right there by Harden, too. Sunk it away, hit it right off the end of the bat. Rangers get a fielder's choice out of it. That ball right off the end of the bat. Harden's at 83 pitches, which is a good total for him in the 6th inning. Depending on how things go, he could easily go out and pitch the 7th inning. We can get Quentin right here. Out of his 4 starts, his second start was a 6-inning start. Other than that, he hasn't had a 5-inning start until tonight.
High fly ball from Quentin. Right down the right field line and into the crowd. Emily Jones is standing by. Let's check in with her. Hi, Em.
Yes, here with your friendly 6th inning reminder to check out FoxSportsSouthwest.com. There you'll find a feature on Scott Feldman's start to the season, also some updates on off-season surgeries for a few notable Dallas Stars, and an interview with Baron Batch, the Texas Tech running back. They're running that new NASCAR offense in Lubbock. Tommy Tuberville shaking things up on the South Plains, guys.
Thanks, Em. And there's Quentin driving one deep, right center field. Murphy back. It's gone. A 2-out, 3-run homer for Quentin, who had been 2 for his last 37. Oh, we saw a ball jump out that way off the bat of Josh Hamilton back in the first. That ball got up in the jet stream, and boy, it just kept on going. And finally, one of those leadoff walks or hit batsmen comes back to bite Rich Harden. .398 feet, we're told, off the bat of Quentin. Now Kotze shoots one into center. Bourbone's on the march, and he's got it. But all of a sudden, the Chicago White Sox are right back in this ball game. One big swing from Quentin, and it's 5-3. Sonic. Tonight, the Rangers hitting for James Cox of Grapevine. If a Ranger hits the Grand Slam this inning, we're giving away $25,000. You can register at any North Texas Sonic restaurant. Justin Smoke looking for his first big league home run, and the Rangers now looking to pull away from the Chicago White Sox. They seem to have it well in hand, Mr. Grieve, but then a 3-run, 2-out homer by Carlos Quentin.
Well, you have to give Jake Peavy a lot of credit for the way he's turned his game around. First time through the lineup, he gave up 5 runs, 4 hits, and 3 walks. And since that time, he's faced 14 hitters, struck out 6 of them, and walked 1 of them. And that's the only base runner he's given up since then. It's very similar to the turnaround Colby Lewis had in his last start.
Spots it right on the outside corner to Smoke.
That really is the turnaround for Peavy, is the way he's located his pitches. Earlier in the game, he wasn't locating. He walked 3 and hit the middle of the plate a couple of times. Very seldom has he done that since then. And hitting that outside corner consistently.
On the out-of-town scoreboard, the Angels and the Indians now tied 3-3 in the 9th. Torrey Hunter's got a home run for the Halos tonight.
Well, here's Peavy pitching in the 6th inning now with 90 pitches, and he had 40 of them in the 1st inning. He's been very efficient since then, even with the strikeouts. And a lot of times, I mentioned this before this year, when you've got one of the really good pitchers, take advantage of it early because they can turn things around.
Smoke turns on that one, lines it deep to right near the pole. It is foul.
Oh boy, that was a long one too. That's in John Olerud territory.
That's right. Man, oh man, just missed his first big league home run.
And he got a good pitch to hit too. That's right in the center square. That's what Peavy hasn't been doing. Almost paid the price for it right there. Justin jumped all over it.
Ed Rappiano immediately signaled foul.
Smoke had a walk in the 1st inning and scored a run. Murphy, Smoke, and Trainer all walked back to back to back with 2 outs.
That one a called 3rd strike. Boy, after the narrow miss down the line, the Smoke now called out on strikes.
He went from the outside corner, tried the inside corner. Like he got the inside corner too. Yep.
7 strikeouts for Peavy now, and you mentioned earlier, Tom, he's had 30 double-digit strikeout games in his career.
Well, since that first time through the lineup, that's how he's pitching.
That is stunning. Remember, they had action in their bullpen during that, when it got to around, 38 pitches, I guess it was, and things were stirring down there. And then all was well. One to Trainer. Make it 1-2. Red Sox lead the Blue Jays 2-0 in the 8th tonight. The Rays all over the A's 10-2. That game's in the 7th down in St. Pete. Evan Longoria, home run number 4. Carlos Pena, number 5. And the Rangers finally gained a little bit on the A's yesterday. Got a chance to maybe gain a full game on them tonight. Get to within a game and a half of first place. It was a tightly packed AL West, as it was promised to be. All 4 teams within 2 in the loss column. If you look at Darren Oliver getting ready in the Ranger pen. Walking Matt Trainer. Second time the Trainer's drawn a walk tonight. Mariners beat the Royals today 6-5. Milton Bradley back in the lineup, had a pretty good ball game. The Rangers heading off to Seattle for a weekend series. From there they go to Oakland. One last game for the Rangers on this homestand. It's tomorrow afternoon game. Scott Feldman against Gavin Floyd. So I hope you can come on out, play a little hooky from work or school tomorrow. 1:05 first pitch. 85 and sunshine, the forecast for tomorrow. Arias stretches out, lines it to right. Trainer's got to hustle back to first, and he'll get there.
Too bad. That's one of the harder hit balls Joaquin's had all year right there. That was a bullet.
Take one and go to right. That seems to be Joaquin's MO. I was going to say, Tag, we have to promote this very quickly.
No problem.
Rangers and the Mariners on Fox Saturday Baseball. It'll be a 2 o'clock first pitch on Saturday, 1:30 for this week in baseball. And you were going to say about Julio.
I forgot what I was going to say.
Well, how about this? How about I'm going to put in a call for Julio? How's
okay,
that?
Maybe that's what I was thinking.
Was it?
That you should make the call.
Oh. Well, Julio's hit the ball hard a couple times tonight. The ball is kind of jumping out to right and right center. Nope, on the ground instead. Sorry, Julio. Rangers leave a man, but at the end of 6, they've got the lead on Jake Peavy and the White Sox. It's 5-3. The Ford F-150. Ford is the best in Texas and by Southwest Airlines. Go to southwest.com, grab your bag. It's on. Nice crowd out in the bleachers tonight. They're watching the Rangers lead the White Sox 5-3. The Verizon Wireless call to the bullpen. The Rangers summon Darren Oliver, the veteran lefty. He's going to face A.J. Przinsky as we get to the back third of the ball game, and that closes the book, obviously, on Rich Harden.
Well, it's a quality start for Rich. 6 innings. Gave up 3 runs, walked 5, struck out 2. 3 runs came on the home run by Quentin. The 3 double plays helped Rich. Made some good pitches when he was in trouble. Did a little better job of, as they say, pitching to contact today.
Yep.
Only had 2 strikeouts, but they put the ball in play and he got a bunch of outs that way.
ERA will go down a tick from 4.58 to about 4.56. And yeah, I mean, again, it's a weird looking line. 5 walks against 2 strikeouts, but he leaves with the lead. Przinsky with a bunt. Matt Trainer is going to go hunt it down, and Przinsky fires his bat down, and then at least he goes and picks it up afterwards. So
I was trying to figure the element of surprise right there. You don't expect Przinsky to bunt, and that's what he was counting on. I think he felt like if he could get it down, he could beat it out.
I don't know if we can watch Brzezinski here. No, they'll run out of your picture, but boy, he just punished that bat. Bad bat.
Watch him in the distance, you'll be able to see it.
Nope.
Nope.
You'll just have to take my word for it. That one is high to Ramirez. It's always the equipment's fault, right?
Got to blame it on something.
Yeah. We're a blaming culture. The Rangers with the 5 runs in the bottom of the first. Had a couple of 2-out singles from the bottom of the order. And boy, those look huge right now. Arias with the bases loaded, then Bourbon after that. Ramirez takes that one. Very foul. Well, the Tigers now up 11-6 on Minnesota.
They were behind 6-1 in that game in the middle of the game.
10 unanswered runs.
Big inning.
And a 4-run fourth and a 6-run sixth. Over in the National League, the Reds all over the Astros tonight, 6-1 at the stretch in Houston. Cardinals lead the Braves tonight, the slumping Braves, 3-0. Down the left field line, a little closer, but it's foul again. Yeah, the Braves could be on their way to an 8th straight loss. Padres rallied past the Marlins today, 6-4. Although Florida got another home run from Jorge Cantu, who's having a great year. The surprising Padres are 13-8. 3-2 now to Ramirez. Broke his bat, and Arias is going to scoop it, and that did not go well.
It looked like a simple play, but it really wasn't, because there was a little soft line drive with some spin on it, and Arias couldn't wait back on it. He had to charge it, and when he went to get it in his glove, kind of spun right out of his glove. It will be an error, but a little more than a routine play. Just because it's kind of an unusual play. You don't see that kind of a ball hit very often. Good pitch by Darren there. Jammed him. Broke his bat.
Yeah, once the ball got into his webbing, the webbing acted kind of like a catapult. Just shot it right out of there. Now the batter's Juan Pierre. It's lefty to lefty. That one fades outside. Two guys coming up now that are known for speed and not power, Pierre and Vizquel. Pierre and Vizquel are the 2 leading active base stealers in the majors. But they are unlikely to go deep. A couple other National League scores. The Mets stay hot. They finish their homestand 9-1. They've won 7 straight. They beat the Dodgers today 7-3. And the Pirates in 14 outlasted Milwaukee 6-5.
You seen the scores that Milwaukee's had against the Pirates this year? In one stretch it was like 57-8 or something like that.
Well, they had the 20-0 game, then a 16-1. But the Pirates have the last laugh today. The last yo-ho-ho, 6-5 in 14. That one bending in for a strike, 2-2.
Came in and caught the inside corner. Pierre thought it was going to stay inside, but it obviously came back and caught the corner. Tracker showed that pretty graphically.
on the ground. There's no way Pierre's going to hit into another one of these. That's 3 in 2 games. Juan Pierre had a season where he hit into 3 all year. But the Rangers will take that charity very happily. They lead 5-3 at the stretch. Fridays at Rangers Ballpark are fantastic fireworks Fridays. Friday, May 7th, you can get those $10 tickets, $5 parking to see the Rangers and the Royals, presented by 105.3 FM, The Fan. Enter fireworks as a coupon code at TexasRangers.com. Post-game fireworks courtesy of Windmill Sweeps. Boy, I just looked it up about Juan Pierre, by the way. I knew I was remembering that right. A couple of years ago with the Dodgers, 688 at-bats, 3 double plays. He has now hit into 3 double plays in his last 4 at-bats over the last 2 nights.
That's pretty amazing. He's hitting the 2 double plays tonight and been thrown out stealing.
Yeah. Not very Juan Pierre-like at all, as Paul Konerko-esque. In for a strike.
Here's Peavy still pitching in the 7th inning. This is maybe as if not more remarkable a turnaround than Kobe Lewis had. The one thing Kobe had going for him, the Rangers scored some runs to give him the lead. Peavy's still behind in the game. But since Bourbone's single as the 9th hitter in the 1st inning, he hasn't given up a hit. 2 walks.
Yeah, the odds were pretty long after a 41-pitch first inning with 5 runs in that we'd be talking about Peavy just mowing them down in the 7th. Rangers trying to hit the restart button on the offense. Andrews checking his swing, and Rappiano says so. Williams and Pena are the 2 guys in the bullpen for Chicago, cleverly concealed behind blue towels.
Those blue towels are there because the
Elvis to right field, down for a base hit.
Because the colorful, what would you call that? That ribbon of
the ribbon
information and light shines right in the catcher's eyes. So they put that towel. There it is. See the blue with the stars? That shines right in the catcher's eyes out there in the visitors' bullpen. So they put those towels up there to block it.
Yeah, I don't need a bullpen catcher getting scolded out there. Peavy's now going to be at 110 pitches. Do you figure he's around to face Josh Hamilton?
I would say they've got the left-handed pitcher out there to face Josh, so I would say no.
Infield, a double play depth. Well, Peavy kind of mixing in the fastballs and sliders to Michael Young tonight has kept Michael off balance.
He's giving Michael some really good sliders. In fact, he struck him out on a couple of them.
Elvis already has a steal tonight. Now up to 6 for the year, so they're paying some attention to him. Same two teams tomorrow with a 1:05 first pitch. Will be delivered by Scott Feldman tomorrow. Boy, is Elvis drawing attention, and now he's picked off. Second time that's happened to him on his homestand. He is down for the count. Mark Burley got him yesterday. Now Peavy gets him here. All those throws to keep him honest, and he ended up having larceny in his heart anyway. And Peavy finally tackles him. Young to right field. That ball takes off near the track, and Quentin lunging. He can't get it. It bounces out of here for the automatic double. Michael has no idea it's bounced out. He's racing to third, but he's going to be told to go back. He's coming home, but this isn't going to count. Fans don't know it, but Michael Young's got to go to second base.
Yeah, there's no way you can reverse this call, because the umpires made the call while Michael was about ready to get to second base.
It went right over that 349 marker, and I don't know if you saw it or not, but it did. It hit that back wall and bounced back. They'll confer. It's the right thing to do. But from the angle we just had, it sure looked like it was the right call, unfortunately.
Yeah, with them making that call, even though the White Sox made the relay home.
Yeah, it's over the wall.
Yeah, hit the back wall. It'd be tough to reverse it. Even if they did see that that's not what happened, they just have to, I think, estimate where Michael would have been. Maybe they would have given him third base. But I don't think they could go back and give him an inside the park home run.
Ozzy's going to make a pitching change here, I do believe. It doesn't hurt to ask, right? Just gather the umpires together.
I like it when the umpires get together like this and talk it over. It's a group effort to get the call right. I think that's exactly what they should do.
Quentin sees it go over the wall, so he just kind of watches the ball come back and doesn't go after it. Obviously, I mean, had he not seen it bounce out, he would have been tearing after that baseball.
Yeah.
I think that's the biggest giveaway right there. I don't know. I mean, I'm glad they're talking about it. I hope it becomes an inside the park home run, but I don't see how they can do that.
Not when all the umpires had their hands held up in the air.
Well, the fans are booing, but unfortunately, it is the right call. That's the back wall that it hits. One last time. The Rangers haven't had an inside the park home run here in 10 years. Luis Aliceo was the last Ranger to have an inside the parker in this ballpark. Now, after all that, Ozzie makes his pitching change. That could have happened like 5 minutes ago, but he wants the lefty. He wants Randy Williams, former Ranger minor leaguer, to come on and face Josh. 5-3 Rangers. Runner at second, one out. We'll see if the Rangers can add to the lead when we come back. Young at second base. Finally, the pitching change is made. Randy Williams, the lefty, the Houston native, getting into his 10th game already. He's called on to face Josh Hamilton. Rangers had Williams briefly in their system in 2007. He split time between Frisco and Oklahoma City. Didn't exactly light it up as a Frisco Rough Rider. A 7.89 ERA. Opponents hit .350 against him. They ended up with the Marlins AAA affiliate in 2008, then to the White Sox in 2009. He starts the year with them here in 2010. Hamilton's two-run homer back in the first. When you think about it, Tag's a difference in the game right now.
Well, it could be Hamilton's home run. It could be Arias' two-run single, depending on how you want to look at it.
Wave and a miss, 0-2. Rangers essentially had two rallies, two totally different ones in that first inning. Hamilton's home run made it 2-0. Then there were two out, nobody on. And they found a way to get three more. Hamilton got a piece. Chicago has hit into 4 double plays tonight. They've also had a runner caught stealing. Hamilton grounds it towards second base. That'll move the runner along. Vlad Guerrero is coming up.
I don't think this guy's going to face Vlad unless he walks him. He might walk him, and then Murphy's a left-hand hitter coming up. That's probably what they'll do.
Yeah, they're going to order up 4 wide ones here, meaning Vlad will have walked in back-to-back at-bats. Don't get it too close, though, right? I mean, Vlad with that long reach of his and with the want to, I'm going to step across and sock one down the right field line.
Well, the one thing you can't do is you can't step across the plate, otherwise you'd be out. You can reach across the plate, but he could step to the plate, I guess. But if you could step across the plate, Vlad would be like over in the other batter's box wailing away at that ball. In every first round of batting last round of batting practice, that's what he'll do. He'll start his normal stance, and then he'll take like 2 or 3 steps toward the pitcher and drive the ball to right field. Kind of fun to watch him do that. I don't know why he does it, just for some fun, I guess. But frequently he'll drive it out of the ballpark to right field when he does do that.
If he could run up like Happy Gilmore did off the golf tee and take a swing, he'd hit it right to the office buildings out there in the center. I'll see if David Murphy can pick up a couple of Ranger runners here. It's 5-3 Texas in the bottom of the 7th. Murphy eyeballs the strike. Chris Ray continues to warm in the Rangers bullpen. It's going to be a switch hitter and 2 righties due up for Chicago. Pretty typical for the White Sox tonight, Tom. Only 4 hits, but one of them a home run for all their runs. They have scored more than half their runs this year on the long ball. Murphy tags it to right. 1 run is in. The ball dives down there in the right field corner. They're going to hold Guerrero at third at 6-3.
David smoked that ball. That was a slider that hung on the inside part of the plate, and David ripped it. We showed in the pregame show a couple of balls that David hit, a 2-run homer against the Tigers to get the Rangers on the board, a 2-run double in the next ball game, and now a pitch that hangs on the inside, actually off the inside part of the plate, and David smokes it to right field for a nice insurance run.
Good to see him do it against a lefty. I thought when that ball just sat down like that, they might send Guerrero, but they didn't want to take the chance. They're going to walk Smoke to get to Matt Trainer. First base is open, but they're walking a guy who's been in the big leagues for just a few days.
That's a big hit for David right there. The Rangers had the 5 early, but the White Sox had made it a 2-run game. And David's hit gives the Rangers a nice insurance run.
They've got the righty ready in the pen. That's Pena. And Ozzy's going to make the move. 6-3 Rangers, and they're looking for more, trying to supply the knockout punch here. We'll see if the Rangers can deliver that. It is a 6-3 ball game for now. Your Jack in the Box AL West standings. The A's lost. The Angels won. Well, suddenly the Angels just a half a game out of first. The Rangers can get you within a game and a half of first. Bumper to bumper, AL West traffic. Tony Pena, who we saw last year with the Arizona Diamondbacks. He's going to face Matt Trainer. 7 walks already for Pena in only 9 innings. And no place to put Matt Trainer. Trainer, as a Marlin last year, did face Pena once, and Pena hit him with a pitch. Joaquin Arias on deck. And Trainer patiently grows the count to 2-0. Seems like every year of late the Rangers have a find from out of nowhere. The pitcher's in big time. It was Darren O'Day last year. Maybe this year it's Trainer. 2-1.
Well, baseball is a funny game. When Matt joined the team at the end of spring training, didn't make the team, and less than a month later he's the regular catcher. It's just amazing how things turn out. If you keep the right attitude and you keep working hard. He went down to the minor leagues with the right attitude, accepted it, and here he is in the big leagues.
Oh, and he almost caught chalk right there. Instead, it's 2-2.
You never take anything for granted, and you can never feel like it's a hopeless case. You've got the talent, you believe in yourself, and you keep plugging away. See more and more players like that.
Trainer to right field. Right down the line. Quentin. Boom.
Oh, watch out. That sneaks up behind you in a hurry, boy.
Ball got into the crowd, and there was Quentin just body slamming himself into that wall. Right to the railing. Nice-sized crowd tonight making some noise in the bottom of the 7th inning. In the air right field, and Quentin with no wall coming up on him this time will make the catch. The Rangers settle for 1. They lead 3. Lead by 3 at the end of 7. 2-run home run off Jake Peavy. Later in the inning, Joaquin Arias knocks home a couple. Julio Borbon would make it 5-0. And it's been kind of a rough night for Juan Pierre. He was caught stealing in the third inning. That doesn't happen very often. He's 100-1 shot to hit into double plays, and then back-to-back 100-1 shots came in. His last 2 at-bats tonight, he indeed hit into double plays. The White Sox have hit into 4 of them total. The Rangers lead 6-3. Darren Oliver continues on the mound. Cornermen are in as Vizquel can't help himself, and Oliver's ahead 0-2. Chris Ray is ready in the bullpen. You got some power-hitting righties coming up. Got him.
Good pitching right there. He makes it look easy.
39 years old, pitching to 43 years old. And that's where the train is going to roll into the station now for Darren Oliver. That'll be the last man he faces. Ron Washington's on his way out. Very nice job by Darren Oliver tonight in support of Rich Harden. And now Chris Ray is good to go, so Darren Oliver gives up the baseball. Tell you about the new pitcher when we come back. The Rangers leading by 3 here in the 8th.
Fan of the game. It's between Roy and Butch. They're brothers. They're decked out in the domes. Very nice. The Texans are going to eat the final hot dog of the night on Dollar Dog Night. The winner gets the Progressive Fan bag. Ready to go, guys. Here we go. Oh, man. It looks like Roy has got it. Yes, very nice. I'll tell you what. You guys are slow eaters. You're winning right now. We'll give it to you, Butch. Congratulations, Progressive Fan of the game. The bag, the hat, the jersey. Way to go. Finish that hot dog, though. Very nice. And I like the domes. Very nice, guys.
Thank you, Jim. But they are enjoying those hot dogs solely. That is true. All right, so Chris Ray comes on for the Rangers with 1 out in the top of the 8th inning. Ray getting into his 10th game as a Ranger already. 10 games in last year as an Oriole. His ERA was 16. So obviously he's healthy now and things are going much better. An opponent's batting average of just 172. Good crowd on the Dollar Hot Dog Night tonight. Seeing if the Rangers can improve to 10-11. Ray to Rios, and a foul right back. Rios had that miserable 2009, was dealt away from Toronto to Chicago. Now appears to be getting it right again in 2010. White Sox gambling $62 million, claiming Rios off waivers from Toronto last year, and the hope was he'd kind of help them transition from that base clogging lineup that they've always had towards a more athletic kind of team. That ball shot up into the air towards Smoke. He's got it. So Toronto freed up from that massive contract. That contract is now all Chicago's, and kind of the same thing with Jake Peavy, right? I mean, two guys who have certainly been real good in the past. They need him to find that form again.
Well, in Peavy's case, they went out and traded 4 prospects for him. They wanted to acquire Peavy and went out and got him. In Rios's case, I think Toronto put him on waivers hoping someone would claim him. The White Sox did, and they weren't tricked into it or anything. They liked Rios. They accepted the contract. They wanted him. But from Toronto's standpoint, they were glad to get out from underneath the contract.
Another ball popped to the right side. And Smoke reaching in.
Snatched it right at the end.
Nicely done. 6-3 Rangers. For the Rangers, and a quick reminder, the Rangers host the Royals, a 4-game series starting Thursday, May 6th. Saturday, May 8th, the first 8,500 fans, 13 and under, get a Michael Young red jersey. Call 972 Rangers or go online at TexasRangers.com. Michael and the Rangers tonight leading 6-3. A new pitcher to tell you about for Chicago, J.J. Putz, former Mariners closer. Then had an off year with the Mets and now is a Chicago White Sox. He's on to pitch the 8th with the Rangers up 6-3.
He used to be a mid-90s guy, sometimes higher than that, with a good splitter. He struck out 10 in 6 2/3, so he's had his strikeout pitch working for him.
Joaquin Arias steps in and one, drives it into left. Not quite enough. Joaquin, though, still, boy, had that big 2-out hit back in the first. Julio Bourbon also in that first inning came through. We've said it, I'm sure, a couple times already, Tag, but you really do have to kind of take a little bow to Jake Peavy after that miserable first inning. How good he got from innings 2 through 6.
Yeah, the Rangers were able to add a run in the 7th inning. Michael Young's double after Elvis had singled and gotten picked off. Michael's the one that scored that run. That run does go to Peavy, so he ended up 6 1/3 with 6 earned runs. But you're right, most of his performance was really outstanding tonight once you got by that first inning. It's one of the ones you look at the line and you go, whoa, 6 runs, 5 walks. That's a bad outing. But if you look inside the outing, I think it's something that the White Sox and Peavy can build on and feel good about. He threw the ball really well for most of the game.
Now Bourbon chasing. The Puts has that splitter that he learned from Eddie Guardado, and is able to use that as a put-away pitch. As you look ahead to that 9th inning for Chicago, you kind of look out towards the bullpen because you wonder who's it going to be. Save situation for Feliz. If the Rangers add a run, right? Maybe it's Mathis at that point.
I think you'd have to conclude that from looking at both the guys thrown out there. That's probably what's in Ron's mind. Rangers got good relief work last night. Dustin Nippert pitched the 7th and 8th and was terrific. And Frankie came in, got a 1-2-3 9th. So far, so good. Darren Oliver an inning a third. Chris 2/3. Got through the 7th and 8th without a problem.
A little bit snug to Elvis. Well, the Angels did win their game tonight 4-3, walking it off in the bottom of the 9th. We mentioned that the Mariners won their game earlier. The A's lost their game earlier. More on all that as part of Rangers Live after the game. Outside corner, 3-2. Also, the Red Sox beat the Blue Jays 2-0 tonight. That's John Lester. 8 innings of 2-hit ball. That is a foul ball. A.J. Przinsky saying, look right there. Yada, yada, yada. I'm thinking Todd Titchener does not enjoy this visual presentation that Przinsky is administering.
They're disagreeing on where the ball was, but Titchener watched it, and where he's looking is in foul territory. Przinsky picked it up, so he thought he had a pretty good look at it. But that's one that's just a field argument. And Titchener's the one that was more accurate with his assessment of where that ball was than Przinsky.
Now, after all that, Andrews peels it down the right field line, and it's foul.
Quentin bangs into the wall again.
He's big on that.
Looked like he did that one just for good measure.
Well, for the White Sox, every little thing becomes a burden during this losing streak that they're on. They're not hitting much. Their starting pitchers have not been going deep in the games. You don't need Quentin running through a wall right now. And you don't need to be walking Andrews probably either, but they've done that. Elvis continues to find ways to get on base. It's 3 times tonight. Michael Young will come up next. We say hello to Dana Larson on the Set of Rangers Live.
Fellas, coming up after the game, our customary comprehensive post-game coverage, analysis with Mark McLemore, player and manager interviews, as well as a Tommy Hunter update, and the status on Ian Kinsler as his return appears oh so near. That's all coming up right after the game.
Thank you, Dana. And here is Michael Young. Elvis on the move, trying to steal a second of the night. Yes, sir.
Well, Krasinski threw a slider to shortstop on that one.
He's not going to go out and draw a line now where that ball skipped to. Interesting night on the bases for Elvis. 2 steals and he's been picked off.
Well, he doesn't shy away from trying again. You like that. Be aggressive on the bases, and when you're that aggressive, you may get picked off every now and then.
It's a nice play, too, because now just a little base hit somewhere from Michael Young. You've got that extra run.
Yeah, the guys in the bullpen are pretty interested in seeing exactly what happens right here. Depends on who pitches.
That one's up. Hamilton on deck. The 5-run first, the 1-run 7th. All Chicago scoring when Carlos Quentin hit the 3-run homer in the 6th for Mr. Guillen. Early in the year to really ascertain for sures on a lot of this stuff, but that's probably about right for Michael Young. You pitch him middle away, he's just going to take it to right. Up and away, and it's 2 on for Josh Hamilton. A couple of 2-out walks. Remember the first 10 games this year, the Rangers drew only 20 walks, and tonight they drew 3 in the first inning. What do they got for the game now? 7? 8? 9. Wow.
Petey walked 5. Williams walked 2. One of them was intentional. And now Putz has walked 2 with 2 outs here in the 8th inning.
Juan Nieves, again, the acting and pitching coach. And behind the blue towel, there's Sergio Santos. So again, maybe a save situation, maybe not, depending on what happens here. Frankie Francisco got his first save yesterday. Here's a stat for you, Tom, real quick. We're not even at the end of April. You know who's got 10 saves right now?
10 saves.
10 saves.
Wait, don't tell me. I'm going to look at the team with the most wins.
You won't get this one.
All right, go ahead, tell me.
Matt Capps of the Washington Nationals.
You're right. I would not have gotten that.
Capps has 10. Frankie's got 1. The Nationals guy has 10 more than Frankie, or 9 more than Frankie. That I did not see coming.
I think the biggest surprise is not necessarily Caps. It's just the fact that Washington's won 12 games already. They're 2 games over 500.
Runner going second to third on the ball in the dirt. Now the Rangers have runners at the corners. Elvis stays aggressive.
That ball didn't bounce away very far. You've got to get a good jump, especially with 2 outs to go to third base on that ball. Then it bounces one of those splitters in the dirt. Now you can score.
Instead, another foul swinging at that split. Josh's former team, the Reds, over the Astros 6-4. The Lance Berkman hit a home run tonight. Wave and a miss. Puts is out of the inning, and now it is a save situation for Neftali Feliz. Grab your bag. It's on. By Progressive for a money-saving car insurance quote, call 1-800-PROGRESSIVE. And by the Ford F-150, check out the 2010 F-150 and drive one. Ford is the best in Texas. All right, time to get to work. Time for Neftali Feliz to lock this thing down. It's 6-3 Rangers. A big 5-run first inning carrying the night. And Feliz, a couple of wobbles, and most notably in a tie game against the Detroit Tigers the other night, gave up those 2 home runs back-to-back. Neftali usually keeps the ball squarely in the yard, but he's going to be challenged in this inning. You got some home run hitters coming up. One defensive change too. Andres Blanco in for Joaquin Arias at second. You know, again, with the White Sox, their whole thing this year was to try to get a team of athletic players that could run around. They wouldn't have to rely on the long ball to score their runs. They got the right players. It just hasn't translated yet. They're still just slugging the ball to do most of their scoring. And the point is, a sustained rally is not likely. They're not likely to do the Angels thing, getting like 6 singles in a row. And the key, very obviously, is to keep these first couple guys off base. You put 2 on here, one big swing, and you're in trouble. But if you can polish off Tian, you feel a lot better about everything. That one dropping down and in. In the air left field. And going back on the ball is Hamilton, and over, and he's got it. The Rangers turning double plays all night tonight. That's been a big help. The Home Depot doing more on defense.
Well, Rich did an excellent job of making the White Sox put the ball in play on the ground. And the Ranger middle infielders did a terrific job of turning double plays. Nice job by Aries right there.
Up and outside to Carlos Quentin. The 3-run homer for Quentin, his 4th home run of the year. That off of Rich Harden right before the curtain drew shut on Rich's night. Rich is online for his first victory as a Ranger. Basically, he just kind of tiptoed through the minefield tonight. There were issues every inning, but it wasn't until the 6th that anybody scored. That one, oh, it was close. And instead of 2-2, it's 3-1.
Looked like it was going to be a strike, but it broke sharply right at the end and out of the strike zone.
Into the crowd, 3-2. And again, tomorrow, the Rangers have the day game and fly off to Seattle, where comfortable beds await them. To right field, Quentin does it again. On his way to second base, a little fumble by Murphy, but Quentin's not going to chance it here. Now, Quentin, who midway through this ball game was looking at a 2 for 37. He's now 2 for his last 2.
Hey, he hit a pretty good pitch too. Not much you can do on that. He had pretty good velocity on the pitch, pretty good location with the pitch. Probably not even a strike. And Quentin reached out and did a beautiful job of hitting. Tip your hat to him on that one.
A.J. Pierzynski's on deck. Mark Kotze steps in. He's flied out to center 3 times tonight. So Julio Bourbone's got to be ready. Trainer looked like he was crossed up right there. No action behind Feliz in the bullpen. No reason for that. He's your closer right now. And you trust him with a 3-run lead. Two balls, no strikes. The Rangers have benefited from 9 Chicago walks. The Rangers have donated 5 walks themselves back the other way. Again, a 105 game tomorrow. Scott Feldman for the Rangers. Gavin Floyd for the White Sox. That ball ripped but foul. In and out of the crowd of 20,432 tonight. That poor guy. Kotze tries again, and Sloak has got it.
Justin's about 6'5". Pretty good wingspan. Needed every bit of it to catch that line drive from Kotze. Kotze has hit the ball in the air 4 times today. Robbed with a double right there in an RBI. Hit that ball hard. Nice play by Justin.
One more out to get. Well, the wind is swirling around here at the ballpark. Here is A.J. Pierzynski. First one outside. No Nelly Cruz, no Ian Kinsler, the 2 catchers that were supposed to be here in the minor leagues. And the Rangers are starting to win some ball games. That ball blooped. It is fair. A broken bat bloop for Pierzynski. The run scores. The tying man is going to bat.
Well, the ball that was hit hard was the one that Kotze hit, and that was caught. Pierzynski just looped a little jam shot over first. He got the double Kotze thought he might have.
Well, that ball just riding in on him, but Pierzynski was able to slash it into right anyway. Well, Ron Washington watches on as it comes down to Feliz against Alexei Ramirez.
Now there is someone warming up in the bullpen. Thank you.
As the ball escapes Trainer and bounces up near third.
Now this is really inconsequential right here. If he throws another wild pitch, it doesn't make any difference. The only thing that matters is the hitter. Got a 2-run lead. That runner at third base is of no consequence. Don't even pay any attention to him. It might affect your ERA, but this is the hitter you got to get right here. This is the tying run.
And Ramirez does have pop, even though he's the number 9 hitter. Ninth innings have been tough for the Rangers this year, especially in this ballpark. And it's a base hit for Ramirez. 6-5. Mike Maddox will stroll out to talk to Feliz. Now, the batter's going to be Juan Pierre, who's had a really rough night. Juan Pierre is absolutely the last guy you'd ever think could take one out of the park. The Ramirez has pretty good speed at first, so something like a double from Juan Pierre right now, and you got a 6-6 game.
Well, the outfield will be playing a little bit deeper than they might normally play, just so that doesn't happen. And an extra run that the Rangers got on it. Work by David Murphy playing a big role in this game right now.
Yeah, boy, no kidding. Pierre has hit into a couple double plays tonight. Has also been caught stealing. Pops this one foul. Andrew Jones has come out on deck. And he is a guy that can put a charge into one.
Feliz has thrown a lot of off-speed pitches, but he hasn't been able to locate him where he's wanted to locate him, so he's been kind of locked into his fastball again.
I would say it's real important to keep Ramirez at first, right? Because then, I mean, if he's at second base, just a little single somewhere, you got a 6-6 ball game.
Yeah, he's the tying run for sure.
Pretty good sized lead for Ramirez. Not going. And the pitch called a strike. It's 0-2.
There's an off-speed pitch. Got ahead with his fastball and dropped the slider right on the outside corner.
On the ground, slowly hit. Elvis to first, close, ball game!
Wow, that was close.
That's world-class speed going down the line, and now all the way out in right field is Juan Pierre. The Rangers survive. They win 6-5. Hamilton and Murphy, the two lefties, had big hits. And the Rangers had just enough tonight to get to 10 and 11. Got scary there in the ninth. Here's how close it was. Wow, real close.
That's about as close as you can get and still be out.
And Pierre just kept on running all the way down the right field line. Ed Rappiano, you see him zeroed in on it. And he ended things. The Rangers 6, the White Sox 5. Stay tuned for more Rangers Live coming up next.